21, I call the Birmingham City Council meeting to order at 9:33 a.m. And I do want to read a statement regarding our meeting this morning. And so if everyone will listen, the Council of the City of Birmingham, having reviewed the agenda presented for this meeting on March 16th, 2021, hereby finds that the proposed actions contained on the agenda to be considered at this meeting constitute essential minimum functions of this body. And if I can have a motion to accept this statement and a second, please.
I move approval.
Madam President,
Yes,
could I do a roll first so I can kind of?
that's right. So you can be sure we're all here. Thank you. I'm getting a
I'm
little.
sorry.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Go ahead.
Okay, Council Member Abbott,
Present.
Council Member Hilliard,
Present.
Council Member Hoyt, Council Member Hoyt, Council Member O'Quinn.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Council Member Smitherman.
Good morning.
Good morning. Council Member Williams.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Council Member Woods.
Present.
I guess President Parker's out.
No, I'm here. I'm by phone. I'm out at the vaccination site.
Okay,
So
all right.
I'm by phone. But
President Pro Tem Alexander.
Here.
Okay, all right. We're good. Do you want to skip
did
to
we
that?
do the prayer and the?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay, all right.
Not yet.
Okay.
But we're fine. We can go ahead and take that motion now, and we'll just go out of order.
Thank you. Sorry about that. Having read the council statement about the actions and the essential nature of this meeting, and we did have if we get again, who gave the motion and the second, please, just for the record.
I moved it. Valerie Abbott.
Okay. And
Second.
That's Council Williams.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. Council Member Abbott.
Aye.
Council Member Hilliard.
Aye.
Council Member Hoyt is out. Council Member O'Quinn.
Aye.
Council Member Smitherman.
Aye.
Council Member Williams.
Aye.
Council Member Woods. Council President Pro Tem Alexander.
Aye.
Council President Parker.
Aye.
All right, we're good. So we can start at the beginning.
All right. Thank you. This morning, we will have the invocation. Is that by Councilor Hilliard?
Yes. When you bow our heads, precious Lord, thank you for the things that you've done for us, Father God. Father God, thank you for the vaccines that you've been issuing out to all of the people throughout the state of Alabama and Birmingham. Father God, we thank you for such a beautiful day we've been having over the last couple of weeks. We ask you to continue to bless this body, bless this city, bless this state, and bless the nation. This we ask in Jesus' name. Let's all say amen.
Amen. Thank you, Councilor Hilliard. Our pledge allegiance, Mr. Parker, can you lead us, or we need to get another counselor?
No, ma'am. I'll do it.
Thank you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Now, if we could entertain a motion for approval, and we've already done the roll call. If we could do a motion for approval of the minutes from the previous meetings of September 8th and September 15th of 2020.
Move, Madam Chair. Approve the minutes. Council Hilliard.
Second.
All right. Councilor Hilliard, second Councilor Smitherman. Voting starts now. Councilmember Abbott.
Aye.
Councilmember Hilliard.
Aye.
Councilmember Hoyt still out. Councilmember O'Quinn.
Yes.
Councilmember Smitherman.
Aye.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Woods.
Aye.
For President Pro Tem Alexander.
Aye.
Council President Parker. All right, thank you.
Hoyt here.
Those minutes are approved.
Okay, Councilor Hoyt is in. I'm sorry. How would you like to vote on that, Councilor Hoyt, the minutes?
Yes,
Thank you, sir.
I couldn't hear a while ago.
All right, thank you. So those minutes are approved from September 8th, September 15th, 2020. The minutes are not ready from September 22nd 2020 through March 9th, 2021. And I don't know if we have any communications from the mayor or nominations of boards and agencies.
We did not receive any nominations from the clerk's office, from the council.
All right, thank you. So at this time, we'll entertain consideration of the consent agenda. And Mr. Clerk, if you'll read those items for us.
The consent agenda starts on page 2. We have items 1, 2, and 3 on consent. Page 3, we have item number 4 on consent. Then we skip over to page 6, and we have items 5 and 6 on consent. Page number 9, item 7 is on consent. Page 10, item number 8 is on consent. Page 11, we have items 9 and 10 on consent. Page 12, item number 11 is on consent. Page 13, items 12 and 13 are on consent. Page 14, item number 14 is on consent. Page 15, item number 15 is on consent. Page 16, item number 16 is on consent. And then we skip over to page 18. We have item number 17 on consent. Page 19, we have items 18 and 19 on consent. Page 20, item number 20 is on consent. Page 21, items 21 and 22 are on consent. Page 22, we have items 23 and 24 on consent. Page 23, we have items 25, well, just item 25 is on consent. Page 24, items 26 and 27 are on consent. And on page 25, we have items 29, 30, and 31 on consent. Page 26, we have items 32, 33, and 34 on consent. On page 27, we have items 35, 36, and 37 on consent. And I think that concludes the consent agenda, Madam President.
All right, thank you. Yes.
Council Pro Tem, this is Council Parker. I just wanted to add one item to the consent. Was a travel request for Council Hilliard and myself to go to Montgomery. I think I sent an email this morning, early this
And
morning.
that was item number 42, correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Do councilors have information related to that, or are you okay with adding that?
I sent that. Yeah, I sent a note to it.
Okay, thank you,
Explain
sir. All right. Does anyone would entertain any questions or items that anyone would like to move from consent at this time?
Yes, Madam Pro Tem, this is Councilor O'Quinn. I would like to remove items 27, 30, and 34 from the consent agenda.
That's 27, 30, and 34.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Any other items, councilors?
Yes, Madam Pro Tem, would like item 20, 29, 30, 31, 32, and I think that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Mr. Hoyt. Any other items from any other councilors?
Can we remove item 1?
Okay. Item number 1. Last call. Anyone have any other items? Okay. At this time, let me go ahead and read the items. I'll get the clerk to repeat those. Mr. Clerk, could you repeat those items that we're considering to move from the agenda?
Looks like we remove item 1. And let me look over here.
Yes, I've got them written down, but I was going to be sure.
Item 1, 27, 29, 30, 31, 32, 34. I think that's it.
That's it. Thank you. I'll go ahead and read the consideration of the consent agenda before we vote. All items designated as consent are routine and non-controversial and will be approved by one motion. No separate discussion of these items will be permitted unless a council member, the mayor, or citizen interested in a public hearing so requests. If so, such items will revert to its normal place on the agenda order of business. All matters of permanent operation will be read. That's indicated with the P. All other matters will be announced by reading the item number only. All public hearings will be announced. Consideration will be announced. So at this time, if I could entertain a motion for the consent agenda.
I move
So
approval.
moved.
I believe that was moved by Mrs. Abbott, and who was it seconded by?
Williams.
Williams, thank you.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Clerk, if we could call for the vote, please.
Yes, ma'am. Councilmember Abbott,
Aye.
Councilmember Hilliard,
Aye.
Councilmember Hoyt,
Yes.
Councilmember O'Quinn,
Yes.
Councilmember Smitherman,
Aye.
Councilmember Williams,
Aye.
Councilmember Woods,
Aye.
Council President Parker,
Aye.
Council Pro Tem Alexander.
Aye.
All right.
All right, that motion passes. So those items that are indicated are now consented and approved. And so, Mr. Clerk, if we could call with the first item, please.
Yes, ma'am. Item 1, a resolution granting operating authority permit with 37 certificates of public necessity and convenience to Groom Transportation of Alabama LLC, 608 8th Street South, Birmingham, to be used in operation of a jitney shuttle service upon the public streets of Birmingham and to add to the locations within the city in accordance with the provisions of Title 12, Chapter 16, the General Code of the City of Birmingham, 1980, as amended.
All right, thank you. Do you have a motion for this item?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions or discussion?
Councilor,
I think
Yeah,
the item
what-
belongs to the chair.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Hoyt. Go ahead. Thank you.
Okay. Is the applicant present?
This
Is
was,
Officer Pitts here?
this is not a, this is not a hearing. I just had a question on what they were, what kind of a little bit more information around what they were doing.
Officer
If
Pitts
anybody
here?
has any-
Do we have anyone on staff who can speak to this item? I know, Mr. Hoyt, you all had this on your agenda for your last transportation meeting, correct?
That is correct. And so, anyone from staff?
So counselors, I'm trying to see what info is needed. This isn't a hearing, so I thought it was just a question for the counselors to have discussion about it, not specifically questions from staff, but if there's info needed, please let us know.
Well, Mr. Sparks, Counselor had asked for just more information about the service itself and the item that's being presented. So I don't know who would speak to that, Mr. Hoyt. Would it be the owner, potential owner?
Yeah, it would be the owner, and they were asked to be here. And if they're not here, then I'm inclined to delay the item. And then Officer Pitts is the one who generally presents this item. And all these items that we recommend for the full council must have some discussion from the council if need be.
I think they are here. And so if anyone on staff, again, I believe I've heard someone trying to enter in. Is there any discussion on this item?
I know what they do. Would you just like me to tell you what the company, how the company operates in Birmingham, Clint?
Yeah, I want to know like what is this expansion like? What are they going to be doing? What are they adding?
I don't know what they're adding. I know what their typical operation is, running from Atlanta Airport to Birmingham Airport. And then they also have a drop-off spot in my district, which is in the shops at Crestwood where the Home Depot is. So people, if they can catch it, if they need to go to Atlanta, it's a cheaper option of going to Atlanta in a van, in like a shared van. But anyway, that's what they currently do. I don't know what their expanded operations are.
Madam Pro Tem, I can speak to this.
Yes,
So
Mr. O'Quinn, go
Groom
ahead. Thank you.
Yeah, so this item is specifically related to the circulator service that Groom Transportation provides on the UAB campus. They do also have that airport shuttle that Councilor Williams referred to, but they operate the on-campus circulator system. As was explained to us in the Transportation Committee meeting, they discovered that they needed to have these certificates of public necessity for that operation. So they're trying to get that now. So that's specifically what it's related to.
Thank you. Does that help you in answering questions about those services, Mr. Woods?
Yes, ma'am. That's perfect.
All right. I'll turn it back to you, Mr. Hoyt, even though it's not a public meeting, but I do want you to, since you chaired the committee meeting, any other questions you have or information can be shared?
Well, and that's good. And I'm glad Dr. Quinn, he's younger than me. He jogged my memory. So, but I would think in the future, Mr. Chief of Staff, if we can have staff dedicated to these various committees to be on here prepared to give some background information on these items, particularly from transportation.
Miss Alexander, this is Bristow. I'm with Groom Transportation, and I was trying to get unmuted and my video on, and it looks like I'm on. I've been at the meeting the entire time. I was asked to participate.
Yes, we're having a little difficulty with your video and audio, but if you can go ahead and speak and just add, do you want to add any other information? I believe the question has been answered by the council, but do you have any information to add? And I don't think you're going to be able to come on. I see there's some distance. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, go ahead and do this.
I don't have anything to add. I just wanted you all to know that I was.
All right, thank you. Councilors, are there any other questions about this item? All right, Mr. Clerk, we'll go ahead and call for the vote. Thank you.
Okay. Councilmember Abbott.
Aye.
Councilmember Hilliard. Councilmember Hoyt.
Yes.
Councilmember O'Quinn.
Yes.
Councilmember Smitherman.
Aye.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Woods.
Aye.
For the
Council President Parker. Council President Parker. Council President Pro Tem Alexander.
Aye. Okay, so that item passes. The next item, Mr. Clerk. Thank you for joining in.
Looks like we're going to 27.
Correct.
Should be on page 24. Item number 27, an ordinance to further amend the general fund budget for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2021 by transferring $170,175 from IMS Technology Maintenance, Software Maintenance to non-departmental transfer to Fund 102 Capital Improvement, and an ordinance to further amend the capital budget for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2021 by appropriating $170,175 to IMS Kronos Implementation Project. Motion, please.
Move approval.
Second.
All right, item is before you.
It's been moved and properly second. Any discussion on this item? Any questions?
Yes, Madam.
All right, Mr. Quinn.
Yeah. So I have a couple of questions related to this. I'm glad to see that we are implementing the Kronos technology. First question is that Kronos going to be available for part-time council employees? And the second question is that for the past two budget cycles, we have had or made funds available for IMS and our HR department to provide electronic system for employees to keep up with their benefits, W-2s, overtime hours, hours worked, pay advice. Currently, we're working on a current total paper system, and that information is not available electronically. If an employee needs a copy of a pay advice, they actually have to get charged for an additional copy of that. If they need a copy of their W-2, they have to have a piece of paper, mailed to them or given to them. We, need to bring that type of technology, our HR department into the 21st century. So, having, had the budget, the funding available for the past two budget cycles, I'd like to get an update on the progress of HR and IMS and implementing that system.
Thank you for that question. And who's speaking, please?
This is Patrick McClendon. I serve as
Okay,
director of
thank
IMAX. I'll take the first question first, which is the availability of Kronos for part-time employees. I don't know that specific about city council, but I can say that anyone who uses a time clock today will be using Kronos and the related software. Our implementation date is April 24 for that. Your second question about benefits self-service. I'm not sure. That is something that's been on our radar, but I'm not sure when we'll be able to implement benefits self-service. But I can check on that if you like.
Councilor President Pro Tem.
Madam Pro Tem.
Yes, Mr. Hoyt, Mr. Mitchell, did you just have a follow-up, Mr. Mitchell?
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify the first question for Councilor Quinn. Councilor, the Kronos does touch part-time employees. We can have a conversation with the council administration to make sure that it's implemented with HR, because y'all are on a different schedule than we are, so we can make that work. And to the latter point of Mr. McClendon's question was that, yes, HR is in the process of trying to make things more digitalized. So we are really trying to move towards that sector of HR.
Thank you, Mr. Mitchell, for that follow-up. Councilor Hoyt, you had a question, and then I have one as well, but Councilor Hoyt.
Yes, Chaz, I thought we had tried to implement this before, and it was something about the time clock, and that the council was treated differently than the administration. Do you recall that?
Yeah, yes, sir. That's what I made the statement that we can work with the council administration and our HR department and the payroll department to make sure that those part-time employees for the council can be using the Kronos system.
Okay. Yeah, hard time. I don't know how that how that would work, because a lot of them work in the field, quite frankly. So I just and maybe you can come up with some kind of remedy to that. Or someone.
Thank you, Mr. Hoyt. Other questions? I do just want to add to the part of the question, the comment that was made by Councilor Quinn. So many organizations do provide that component of being able to go paperless for employees to look up their pay and their W-2s and to print off items, especially when they're trying to secure financing and things like that. So I would like to hope that we can move this forward for our staff so that they don't have to come in and request those or actually even have to incur a cost. That is something you can pull up digitally are on the web. So, and my final question is, when we talk about these systems talking to each other or these items coming out of HR, when do we feel that that would occur, or when would that synergy happen?
Council, let us follow up with that with the HR director so we can make sure we give you a correct answer to that.
Okay, that's fair. Thank you.
Wish you would have digitalized that process, Chaz.
Yes.
Madam President.
Yes, Mrs. Abbott.
Checking
Yes,
in.
Mr. McClendon said that the Kronos would be, I thought he said available April, was it April 24th or April of 24? Like 2 years, 3 years from now. Which is it?
Yes, Councilor Abbott, it's April 24th, 2021.
Okay, well, that's comforting because I thought I don't want to wait 3 more years. Thank you.
Thank you. If there are no other questions or comments, we'll go ahead and call for the vote, Mr. Clerk.
Okay, Councilmember Abbott,
Aye.
Councilmember Hilliard,
Aye.
Councilmember Hoyt,
Yes.
Councilmember O'Quinn,
Yes.
Councilmember Smitherman,
Aye.
Councilmember Williams,
Aye.
Councilmember Woods,
Aye.
Council President Parker, Council President Pro Tem Alexander.
Aye, that item passes. I believe the next item is item number 29, Mr. Clerk.
Actually, it should be 28.
28.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Item 28, an ordinance authorizing the mayor upon receipt of payment in the amount of $3,082.50 to execute a quick claim deed to American S&D LLC for the sale of property located at 4932 Fifth Avenue South, which was acquired by the city upon foreclosure of municipal improvement liens in accordance with Section 3-1-4C of the General Code of the City of Birmingham. And this is an item of permanent operation, so I need UC to entertain it today. And I will assume everyone is still present. All in favor of a motion for UC, please?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
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 All opposed. Council President Parker, are you in on that vote, sir? Okay, I have him out on that.
Hoyt, no.
All right. You said Councilmember Hoyt said no.
Right.
Correct.
Okay, well, we'll have to move on. The item will come back next week.
Thank you. The next item is item 29.
Item 29, a resolution authorizing the mayor to submit an application to the Alabama Department of Economic and Community Affairs, CARES Act Community Development Block Grant Program funding in the amount of up to $1,500,000 to be utilized on projects that will prepare for and respond to the COVID-19 pandemic and other infectious diseases, and upon award of said grant, authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with the DECA in a format prescribed by the CDBG CV regulations. A motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
Councilor Hilliard. I have Councilor Hilliard in.
Williams.
Thank you, sir. That item should be before you, Council.
All right, any questions or discussion regarding this item? Mr. Hort, you pulled that, so any questions?
Yeah, I did. Yes. Just if somebody could explain what's the strategy in implementing this, and have we identified areas?
Councilor Mr. Chris Hatcher, who's the interim director of the Office of Community Development, is on to speak to.
Thank you, Mr. Hatcher.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, thank you. Yes, this is additional CARES Act funding that we were allocated from the state. What we'll do, the additional 1.5 million will go to support our own annual action plan process that is currently underway now. So the additional funding will go to support the plan that will be bringing forth council most likely in April for her to approve in May.
Okay. And how do you access this? Is this going to be a grant from the city? for businesses or contractors or just what?
Yes, sir.
Are we
This
going to
will,
use it for housing? Are we going to use it, for equipment? I just need to know specifically.
yeah, yes, sir. This is tied to the CARES Act funding. So it
Right.
will be
I'm
used
familiar
to,
with the funding.
yes, sir. So yeah, it'll be used to help implement and facilitate our existing CARES Act action planning. So it would go to relief for various individuals who are experiencing losses through housing. So it could go to homelessness, our homelessness plan. It could go to our economic development funding for businesses who have lost income through the coronavirus, and our other items that we have outlined for our CV funding.
Okay. So nonprofits will be able to access this money for that purpose, or is this going to be something going to be orchestrated from the city standpoint?
No, nonprofits would definitely be able to access this funding.
Okay. And you're going to put the qualifications out for that, or is it the same as the other funding that we get from HUD?
It'll be the same
Are
as
there any
the other.
so there are no new guidelines with the CARES Act?
There are no new guidelines with the CARES Act. The existing CARES Act guidelines that we have, these funds will be additional fund to fund those programs that we are already proposing under that CARES Act funding that you all approved back in December.
December. Okay. Thank you.
Any other
Madam
questions?
President.
All right, thank you. I am happy to see, Mr. Hatcher, and I believe you did make that known to us during Budget and Finance, that this monies can also be used towards helping homeless individuals with housing and things like that. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you very much. Any other questions? And Mr. Clerk will call for the vote.
Okay, Councilmember Abbott,
Aye.
Councilmember Hilliard,
Aye.
Councilmember Hoyt, Councilmember Hoyt,
Yes.
Councilmember O'Quinn,
Yes.
Councilmember
Yes.
Smitherman,
Aye.
Councilmember Williams,
Aye.
Councilmember Woods,
Aye.
Council President Parker, Council Pro Tem Alexander.
Aye. That motion passes. Next item, Mr. Clerk.
Okay, should go to item 30. A resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with the Bethel Inslee Action Task Incorporated, BEAT, under which the city will provide up to $440,000 in home funds to be utilized for the acquisition and construction financing for the construction of 3 single-family units, with such loan to be secured by a construction mortgage on each single-family unit.
We have a motion for the item.
Move the
moved.
item. Second.
Okay, Councilmember Williams, Smitherman.
It's been moved and properly second. We'll entertain discussion or questions at this time. And was that you, Mr. Hoyt, that pulled this item initially, or Dr. O'Quinn? I'm not sure. Whoever wants to start the question.
Yeah, Madam Pro Tem, my
Yes.
question was simply,
Yes.
yeah, where are these homes going to be located? I reviewed the contract and didn't see any indication as to the location as to where these were intended to be.
Would that be Mr. Hatcher again, or who would be able to answer this for us?
That's correct, Madam Pro Tem. Chris Hatcher will speak to that.
Yes.
Mr. Hatcher?
Yes, Madam Pro Tem. I also have Corey Stallworth, our Deputy Director of Housing, on the call as well. He's on to provide more details on this project. Mr.
Good morning,
Stallworth.
Counselor. Can you hear me?
Yes, Mr. Stallworth, good morning.
Good morning. So these 3 properties will be constructed in the interior community, and we did include a listing of those addresses in the project narrative, but I can read them off. It'll be 122 15th Avenue North, 204 15th Court North, and 208 15th Court North.
Thank you. And did I hear you say that was Enon Ridge primarily, Stallworth? All right, thank you. Dr. Quinn, does that answer your question, or you need any other information regarding those addresses or sites?
If Mr. Stallworth could repeat those addresses again, I'd appreciate it.
Yes, no problem. 122 15th Avenue North, 204 15th Court North, 208 15th Court North.
Thank you.
Madam President?
Yes, ma'am, Ms. Zabit, go ahead.
Yes, I noticed in the contract that it says we're constructing 11 homes, and the council agenda says 3 homes, and I was pretty sure that it's really only 3, but the contract actually says 11. So can someone explain that?
Yes, that's correct. It should be only 3. They're looking to do long-term, more than that, but we'll make that revision to reflect 3.
Okay, so it's actually 3. Okay, so.
Yes, the first
Yeah.
will be 3.
Okay, another question is, it says that they will include infrastructure. What infrastructure will be included? Is that street lighting and sidewalks, or what?
No, that will be the infrastructure for the plumbing of the home and the concrete slab. So that's anything that's related to specifically constructing that property.
Really? That seems
So,
odd. It
Madam
seems to me
Pro
if you're
Tem,
constructing a home, it seems to me that the plumbing would be included in the construction of the home instead of calling it an infrastructure improvement. But okay, and then the purchaser mortgages. When people come to buy these homes, do they get a mortgage from the city or from a lender like everybody else does? How does that work?
Yes, so BEAT will actually be with individuals in their pipeline to pair them with lenders. They already have lenders that they partner with to help their clientele get a first mortgage. Now, the city, through the home program, we provide a second mortgage to help buy down the price of the house if an individual needed that.
Okay, because it says the city's mortgage must be in a position no less than second at the closing of each unit. So how's that going to work? I couldn't understand you.
Mr. Stallworth, did you hear that question or at that need for clarification, or can you answer that? You're breaking up on the screen a little.
Yes, sorry, I'm challenges where I'm located. Can make them.
Yeah. I'm sure everyone else can hear that. I had difficulty in hearing that.
I couldn't hear anything.
Okay, I'm sorry. This is Chris Hatcher. Yes, as Mr. Stallworth said previously, there will be a first mortgage on the property. BEAT is working with their lenders to provide those first mortgages. If there's a gap in the cost of the home and what those homeowners can qualify for on their first mortgage, the home program is set up to serve as a soft second mortgage where the city will be in the second position to fill that gap so the qualifying homeowner can purchase the home.
Okay, and let's see, my last question. The sales price of the homes. Now, these home funds have to be paid back to the city, correct?
Technically, yes. The loan can be set up to be paid back through the city if the homeowner sells before the eligibility period is over, which is normally 15 to 20 years. If the homeowner stays within the home for past that period, then those funds can fall off.
Okay, well, the relationship to that question is the sales price of the homes. We were told that these homes were going to be, you know, commensurate with what's in the neighborhood. But if you start checking the values of homes in that area, these homes are going to cost a lot more than the surrounding homes. So is there a possibility these homes would be sold for less than what we're paying to construct them?
Yes, ma'am. There's a
Like a whole lot less?
Yes, ma'am. There's definitely a possibility of that. And that's sort of what the home program has been set up for, to construct affordable housing, and in doing so, raise property values in areas of the city that, you know, needs that support. So yes, it's likely that if we build a home for $150,000 and it only appraises for $120,000, you know, that's just the world that we live in when we're talking about affordable housing in certain areas of town. That's why we don't have for-profit developers constructing home in these areas, because they cannot make a profit. So the home program was designed to provide new construction, affordable housing opportunities for low to moderate income individuals and households in the city.
Okay, and then back to my first question on page 2 about infrastructure improvements.
Right.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time buying that thing about it's putting plumbing in the home.
Well, it's not particular to the home, counselor. If we have to bring water or sewer from the street to connect to the home, that's the type of infrastructure that we're talking about. We have to bring it to the property to connect to the home. So it's not necessarily sidewalks or street lights. We run into instances where we may have to tap into a water line that is in an alley off the property or in the middle of the street off the property, and we have to pay to bring it to the property. So that's the type of infrastructure that we're talking about, not sidewalks, not streets. Not sidewalks, not street lights.
Okay, so if the sidewalks in front of this property are all cracked up and broken and a tripping hazard, we just leave them and hope that Public Works can get to it later?
That's a HUD regulation. We cannot pay for that maintenance through HUD. That would be considered maintenance. That would be considered repair and maintenance. Under home program fund guidelines. There may be some other types of money that we may be able to access, but we could not touch that under this program, under the home program.
Okay, thank you very much for the education about home. I needed it. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Madam President, you're on mute.
Go ahead, Mr. Hoyt, sorry.
Okay, yeah, because I thought I was next, and
you are.
Ms. Abbott went before me. But tell me, Chris, what is the square footage of these homes? And typically, I know that this is going to be infill housing, and so that's the whole irony of trying to repopulate the city, is when we do infill housing and provide home ownership for those persons who normally would not qualify for a home. And but, you know, we've done this quite well with the housing authority when I was there, so I'm familiar with the process. But talk about square footage, and I'm glad you said that we're going to bill it for about 150, and so we hold the second mortgage. And if the residents stay in there 15 years, then we forgive the rearage. So that's typical of what happens in the home ownership program. So, but if you could explain the square footage of these homes.
Yes, sir.
And in fact, are they going to be single family detached?
Yes, sir. These are going to be single family detached homes. I don't have the square footages right here in front of me, but they're going to be anywhere from 1,200 to 1,500 square feet. They're going to be 3-bedroom, two bathroom homes. So ideal for single family development or single family parcel.
And would there be a crawl space or?
I
Just about.
believe these homes are not going to be on the scroll. They're going to sit on the foundation, so there will not be a crawl space under the slab.
So so they're gonna be on slab?
Yes, sir. They'll be on the slab. I believe
If
so. I
they
don't
if
have the
they
plan
well
here in front of
if they
me.
on slab, then they should be cheaper than what is being proposed, because slab generally is cheaper, but it costs you to repair, because if you have plumbing issues, you got to jack the concrete up to repair those. And if we're gonna spend our money, I think we need to provide for a crawl space, and so that the homeowner can make some of these repairs themselves, as opposed to having to call somebody in to make repairs, with respect to having to use a jackhammer to interrupt the concrete.
Okay. Corey can speak to the construction of the home if he's back online.
Yeah, because it sounds cheap. It sounds cheap.
Can you all hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Starworth, we can hear you. Go ahead.
We have our guest, Curtis Hammond, online, who will be the contractor for BEAT, and I would like to allow him to speak about the construction of the home if possible.
Thank you. Go ahead, Mr. Hammond. You may be on mute. I don't know if he did put in the chat he was available. Mr. Garner, do we see him on our page? Okay, go ahead.
I can just speak to it. In your narrative in your packet, we included the elevations and layout of these homes. And as you can see, we have brick foundations around them. They will have small crawl spaces, and they will include a variety of materials. You can see in the packet, we have kind of like a deck area on the back. And so we believe that these properties will be well built. They will be in keeping with the look of the community. And we are still working with BEAT to refine the design, such as a lot of the fits and finishes on the interior of this unit.
Thank you, Mr. Starworth. Does that answer your questions, Mr. Hoyt? Are you good with the item? Do we have any more discussion?
Madam Pro
Yeah,
Tem, I have one additional.
Go ahead, Dr. Quinn.
Dr. Quinn, go ahead.
A simple question: are these vacant lots, or are there structures on the lots that need to be demolished, or what?
Yes, so these are vacant lots that will be acquired through the land bank. So these are land bank lots that we're trying to work with BEAT to bring back into service.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Starworth. Mr. Hammond has indicated in chat that he's here. And Mr. Hammond, I think Mr. Starworth did a good job in giving the answer to the question, unless you have some additional information. Are you available? Okay, if we don't have any other questions, he's trying to connect.
Hello?
So I
Hello,
do want to ask
can
the
y'all hear me?
councilors.
Oh.
Hello?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, this is Mr. Hammond. Thank you, Mr. Hammond. Did you have any additional information? Hopefully you've heard the questions from the two councilors so far.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. I have to use the headphones. Yes, ma'am. To answer the question that you guys did have, the homes that we have designed right now are going to be about 1,400 square feet. They are 3-bedroom, 2-bath. They will be on a crawl space. They will not be on a slab. They will be on a crawl space. We designed them with the buyer in mind. To speak to some of the numbers questions that you guys have, the actual back-end sales price is going to be $85,000 with $5,000 built in for closing costs. So our buyers should only have to bring to the table $500 for closing. The expected construction cost will be $130,000. So the buyers will receive a $50,000 second mortgage through home funds from the city of Birmingham. If they stay in the property long term, they will not have to pay their mortgage back. If they have to move or if they decide to move, they will have to pay the mortgage back. We do have several programs through different lenders. Specifically, we're working with Mr. Joel Gardner of Renaissance Bank. They have a program specific for these deposits. They will finance 100% of the purchase price for the buyer. Interest rates right now, probably high threes, low fours. Those loans come with no PMI. What that's going to do for us, our buyer will have a back end payment of maybe $550 a month. So what we're looking at is new construction housing with a buyer that only needs $500 to close and a note of about $550. We are putting in energy efficient items in the home to help with utility costs after the buyer purchases, as well as we will have counseling, homeownership counseling for a lot of these buyers. So the overall goal is to make sure that they can purchase, they learn how to purchase. We improve the community, as well as we improve the value of the properties in the community.
All right, thank you, Mr. Hammond. Are there any other questions or any comments by councilors before we go call for the vote? All right, Mr. Clerk, if you'll call for the vote, thank you.
Madam President.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Hoyt, did you have another question?
Yeah, well, I'm just concerned that if you're gonna bill it at 85 and you're leaving about $60,000 on the table, that's a lot of wiggle room for a contractor. And if we're not putting anywhere from 90 to 150 into the home itself, then it really doesn't benefit, because what you don't want is for these houses to be subpar built, and we're not, and maximize the dollars that is going into home ownership. And I'm not convinced by this conversation that we are addressing those issues. I've built a few houses before with the housing authority, and I just know what we put into a house. And I see Councilor Woods, who's a contractor, who understands exactly what I'm talking about. But I think this needs to be some further discussion. But I would acquiesce to the council on this.
Yeah, Council, I think the packet is misnumbered, and so in the packet is the design is under item 33. But and somebody correct me, I think he said the houses anticipated construction cost is going to be $130,000 per house, but it would be sold to the buyer at $85,000. And if somebody can confirm that it's on page 307 that this is the design. Was that address 208 15th Court North? Was that one of the addresses?
Yes. So that's correct. The purchase price will be $130,000, and through our home funds, we will be looking to help potential homeowners purchase the house through a second mortgage if need be. And
Are
so
we
that
using the same design at each location? Or is this the only design? Okay. Yeah, so if they're using this design, Counselor, there is a crawl space based on the design they have, but the item is in your packet. It's going to be labeled as item 33 and not item 30. That's probably some of the confusion there.
Thank you, Mr. Woods. Any other questions or discussion? We'll go ahead and call for the vote. Clerk.
Councilmember Abbott.
Aye.
Councilmember Hilliard.
Aye.
Councilmember Hoyt.
Abstain.
Councilmember O'Quinn.
Aye.
Councilmember Smithman.
Aye.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Woods.
Aye.
Council President Parker. Out. Council Pro Tem Alexander.
Aye. That item passes. Next item, Mr. Clerk.
right, 1 second, please. Should be item 31.
31, yes, sir.
A resolution authorizing the mayor to execute a loan credit agreement with Community Shelves LLC, doing business as Save a Lot, under which the city will provide a Birmingham business development loan to Community Shelves in an amount not to exceed $1 million for a term of 24 months at an interest rate of 3% annual. The loan will be secured by the irrevocable letter of credit. The loan proceeds will be used for the interior painting, decor, fixtures, and refrigeration, along with working capital to support inventory changes and staff additions for the Save a Lot food store located at 873 Denison Avenue Southwest, Birmingham.
Move the item.
Second.
Yes.
Williams and Smitherman, Councilmember Smitherman. Item is before you. Madam President.
I know Council Hoyt, Madam President.
Yes, go ahead.
I know Council Hoyt pulled this off. I want to thank him for that because this is actually in District 6. So this is over there right before you get to the Heritage. I want to thank the city of Birmingham for saving Save a Lot because apparently Save a Lot went bankrupt. And so there's a possibility of that store being taken from there, which would mean that community, so Woodland Park, all of Tisville wouldn't have really a grocery store that would be close by, making it even more of a food desert. So I asked a lot of questions at Budget and Finance, and so did President Pro Tem Alexander and Councilor Abbott. And we were very concerned about whether the prices were going to change, whether the food was still going to be of good quality, and they told us it was, and that they were just going to renovate and make everything look new, and that the prices will still be affordable.
Thank you, Councilor Smitherman. And as you said, we did hear this in Budget and Finance, and I believe some of the same questions we asked at Budget and Finance were also asked during the Economic Development Committee meeting. So, Mr. Hoyt, I know you had pulled that item. We're excited about, I think we all expressed excitement about being able to maintain this store for the residents in District 6. And some of my neighbors, we also frequent that store when we have to. So, Councilor Hoyt, did you have any specific questions to this item?
Well, I just wanted to sing Kumbaya as well. I just think when we have something of that significant, I think, we need to have balance in terms of how we save businesses throughout the city because, we had trouble at the Crossplex and the city provided no assistance in trying to, save that developer from having to file bankruptcy. So I think it's wonderful when we can do that. We all in the same pandemic, the same economy, and it comes off better if we try to save these businesses because we know that everybody is in trouble if they own a business at this point. So, but this is great, Councilor Crystal, and hopefully this would suffice. And you can not have a grocery store to leave your community. So.
Thank you, Councilor.
Thank you. And I do believe that also during our discussion at committee meeting, there were 1 or 2 other Save a Lots that were part of this program, I believe, or I know this is the first one that we have. I don't know if Ms. Dothert or anyone else can speak to that, but we are thankful, as you said, Councilor, too, and I know that Councilor Smitherman is excited that we do saving our citizens as far as ability to buy those items from the stores. Mr. Williams, did you have a comment or question?
Yeah, I just wanted to say congratulations to Crystal. I know a lot of times that we talk about equity across the city in a lot of different areas, and obviously food insecurity or the potential of having food insecurity in our neighborhoods is part of equity, right? Just like the equitable distribution of vaccines and everything else that we have to do as a collective body to make sure that our citizens have access to whatever it is, healthcare, food, places to live, all that kind of stuff. So I just wanted to say congratulations to my beautiful colleague, Crystal Smitherman, because this is a huge win for her. So congratulations, Ms. Smitherman.
Thank you, Counselor Williams.
Thank you both counselors. If there are no other questions, we'll go ahead and call for the vote or comments.
All right, Counselor Abbott,
Aye.
Counselor Hilliard,
Aye.
Counselor LaHoyt,
Yes.
Councilmember O'Quinn,
Yes.
Councilmember Smitherman,
Aye.
Councilmember Williams,
Yes.
Councilmember Woods,
Aye.
Council President Parker, Council President Pro Tem.
Aye, that item passes, and I probably should have called 31 and 32 together, Mr.
That's fine.
Clerk. Let's go ahead and do 32, thank you.
Okay, item 32,
Companion.
a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute a project agreement with Community Shelves LLC, under which Community Shelves will undertake a project to acquire, renovate, rebrand, and operate the Save a Lot food store located at 873 Dennison Avenue Southwest, and the city will provide an incentive of up to $750,000 from future sales tax revenue in support of the project.
Move the item. Second.
Are there any questions about this item? It is a companion to the one we just approved.
Yes, Madam President, who is the sole proprietor of Community Shelves LLC?
So, Counselor, we have Mr. Aurelio Johnson from the Office of Innovation and Economic Opportunity to speak to this item.
Thank you, Mr. Chief. Madam President, City Council, good morning. Aurelio Johnson, Project Manager, Department of Innovation and Economic Opportunity. Austin Singleton is the CEO of Community Shelves. They are also the same entity that purchased the grocery store that was in East Lake, the former Western Supermarket, as well as the grocery store on Second Avenue. God, I can't think of the name of it, but this is their third store in the city of Birmingham. So they are good corporate citizens in the city of Birmingham.
Harvest Market.
Thank you. I received that from
Harvest
Mr.
Market,
Johnson.
correct.
Thank you, Mr. Hoyt. Thank you, Mr. Johnson, for that additional information. Thank you. Are there any other questions? Then we'll go ahead and call for the vote.
All right, Councilmember Abbott,
Aye.
Councilmember Hilliard,
Aye.
Councilmember Hoyt,
Yes.
Councilmember O'Quinn,
Yes.
Councilmember Smitherman,
Aye.
Councilmember Williams,
Aye.
Councilmember Woods,
Aye.
President Parker is absent, Council Pro Tem Alexander.
Aye, that item passes. Next item, number 34, I believe, Mr. Clerk.
Yes, ma'am. Item 34, a resolution approving and accepting the lump sum bid of All Steel Homecraft Incorporated, 2111 Montevallo Road, Southwest Birmingham, and the amount of $68,950 for the Boutwell Auditorium security fencing. This being the lowest and best bid submitted, and authorizing the mayor to enter into a contract with said All Steel Homecraft Incorporated, substantially the form contained within the bid documents. In accordance with said bid, providing that the total compensation payable under that contract not exceed the appropriation.
Move the item. Second.
I missed the motion.
So moved, Councilman.
Thank you, sir. I got Councilor Smitherman for the second. Appreciate it.
And the item's been moved and properly second. Any discussion at this time or questions related to this item?
Madam President.
Yes,
and
Mr. Hoyt.
This may have been an error, but I thought I had asked for 33 to be pulled off consent. And so if I made a mistake or somebody else made a mistake, could we discuss item 33 after we take this vote?
Yes, I did not record that one. I neither did the clerk, so we apologize if we missed that. So we'll go ahead and continue with the discussion on item 34, and then we'll entertain action we need to do for 33. So item 34, any questions or discussion?
Yes, Madam Pro Tem, this is Councilor O'Quinn. I wanted to get some explanation of what was being done here. So if anybody could offer some insight, I did look at the agenda, but the only thing in there as far as explanation is the bid sheet. So can someone please explain the project?
Yes, Madam Pro Tem.
Yes, is this Mr. Mitchell?
Yes, Councilor Quinn. So if you recall, before the whole city walk was constructed, the backside of Botwell was pretty much had a buffer between parking and just the Botwell. Now, since City Walk is now pretty much finished, it's open space. So what we're trying to do is construct a fencing around the backside of the Botwell where all our generators are, just to make sure that it's more secured. Because now, since City Walk is open, that whole area is wide open space now. So we don't have a buffer.
Okay, thank you.
That makes good sense. I'm glad you asked about that, Dr. O'Quinn. And I don't know about the aesthetics of that. Is this just regular fencing, Mr. Mitchell?
Yes, it's security fencing, just so nobody can jump, the fence and, take copper or whatever.
Yes. Thank you. Any other questions or discussion about this item? All right, Mr. Clerk, we'll call for the vote.
Councilmember Abbott,
Aye.
Councilmember Hilliard,
Aye.
Councilmember Hoyt,
Yes.
Councilmember O'Quinn,
Yes.
Councilmember Smitherman,
Aye.
Councilmember Williams,
Aye.
Councilmember Woods,
Aye.
Council President Parker, Council Pro Tem Alexander.
Aye, that item passes.
Okay.
Now, Mr. Clerk, if you'll guide us through how
Yes,
we
ma'am.
correct that item number 33.
Okay, I will need a motion to reconsider the consent agenda absent item number 33.
So moved.
So move.
Second.
Okay, all in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
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 All opposed, is Councilor President Parker still out? I take it, okay. So, the consent agenda has been readopted in item number 33. I need someone to let me call that item and then we can take it up.
Yes, Mr. Clerk, if you'll read that item for us.
Okay. Item 33, a resolution authorizing the mayor to issue a firm commitment to allocate $1,250,000 of the city's HUD Home Investment Partnership funds to Zimmerman Properties for the development of up to 244 units of affordable housing in the Inslee area in support of Zimmerman Properties application to Alabama Housing Finance Authority for low-income housing tax credits. And if the project is successful at receiving tax credits and upon submittal to the Community Development Department of required home program documents from the AHFA in the 2021 funding round to enter into an agreement and disperse the $1,250,000 to Zimmerman Properties from the city's home funds. Motion, please.
Move the item.
Second.
Second.
Williams, Abbott.
All right, thank you. It's been moved in second. Any discussion? Mr. Hoyt, you would pull this item?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Madam Pro Tem. I wanted to know, again, the square footage of these homes and what's the overall cost of this development. Now, I missed the presentation that that was on last Monday because I had to go into another meeting dealing with my job here. But I wanted to someone to explain how much the overall project would cost and the square footage of these homes and whether or not they're going to be built on slab or with crawl space.
Okay. Okay, Councilor Hoyt, Chris Hatcher, Community Development. Mr. Stallworth is going to give a brief overview, and I believe that we have a representative from the developer that's on the call as well. So, Corey, would you provide an overview?
Yes, sure. So what we're looking to commit for home funds is actually for the multifamily development, which will be apartment style units. And so I can give you the square footages of those. At a later time in another phase, they're looking to do some single family detached on the rear of the school property. And I can have Mr. Robert Fink speak more to that.
Yeah,
And
well,
is the gentleman present? Well, let me start with you, Mr. Hoyt. Did you want to allow to maybe add some more clarity, or do you have a follow-up question?
yeah, well, and I really thought that the emphasis was going to be on single family detached home and not so much multifamily, because we have quite a bit of multifamily in that community, and there is a lack of home ownership, and so if someone could just kind of speak to that issue.
So yes, as I stated earlier, the project will include up to 244 affordable apartment style units. And Zimmerman, who is the developer, is looking to partner with the Housing Authority to subsidize those using project-based vouchers. And so that's one phase of the development. And also I believe the community also wanted to see more single-family detached homes within the community. And we know that that's a need as well. And so that second phase does include single-family detached homes. I just don't have a lot of information on the square footage for you.
Okay. You know, if we're going to repopulate, if we're going to take home ownership serious in this city, then I think it's important that we build single family these homes. That should be the first line of commitment, and not 244 units of multifamily. And I really thought that that's what we were going to do. And at least the one presentation that I participated in at the Inslee Rec Center, that was my understanding. But there seems to be a different emphasis here.
Now Councilor, if I can speak, there will be substantial single-family detached homes there. So we're talking upwards of at least close to about 40 to 50 single-family detached homes on the same lot within the same vicinity. So this will be a holistic community, and the city will have different housing types, whether it's multifamily or single-family detached. Also, through their partnership with Star C, who provides wraparound services, they will also be operating an early learning center on site, as well as a library, a training center for workforce development opportunities. Also, Zimmerman is also working with our IEO department to shore up a potential space for a grocery on site. So we do feel like it will be a well-balanced community.
Okay. And I guess my last question is, what is our commitment to infrastructure with respect to this development, this overall development? What is the expectation?
As it relates to the funding that?
Yes, on the infrastructure.
Mm-hmm. So our funding is more so directed towards assisting in the construction of the development. And so that would be in the stick building, everything from the slab up.
Oh, so we are going to build them on slab.
This is for the apartment, the multifamily. So our funds were requested to support the multifamily development of 244 units. And that commitment is to support their 4% bond application. And I believe that Tab Bullock with Zimmerman Property is back on. I think he left thinking that it was on consent, but he is on if we would like for him to speak.
All right, thank you, Mr. Bullock. We appreciate you joining us back, and we have pulled this item up for discussion. And there were some questions related to the item. So if you could just give us an overview from your standpoint as a developer. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am, and thank you, and my apologies very much for the confusion on our part. Yes, we did we thought we were on move to the consent agenda, but Tab Bullock, Zimmerman Properties, and I represent a consortium of entities really that include my Zimmerman Properties, TriStar, Star C, East Lake Initiative, and Thrive Jefferson, and the city of Birmingham, through its various departments. And we're looking at proposing to redevelop the Inslee High School site. Unfortunately, the high school itself cannot be salvaged, but we are looking to utilize a lot of the existing property to pay homage to how much Inslee High School meant to the community. And then we're also making a commitment to stabilize and reinvigorate the gymnasium and providing that as space for a future fresh food grocer. Hopefully we can identify someone with the city's support that feels would be able to follow through on the delivery of a highly qualified and like-minded groceries for that community. We're looking at doing 244 units of affordable workforce housing, targeting people making 30%, 40%, and 60% of the area median income. We're looking at partnering with the Housing Authority for the Birmingham district to help oversee the long-term ownership and maintenance and management of the property. And we'll be submitting an application to the Alabama Housing Finance Agency for tax-exempt bonds, which come with that 4% low-income housing tax credits, and that will cover a majority of the finance for the development. CCAR item on the consent agenda is we've been working with Chris Hatcher and Corey Stallworth in the Community Development Department to secure $1.25 million in city home funds that have been allocated from HUD. And then as part of our blight removal and remediation of the Inslee High School itself and creation of a fresh food grocer space in the gymnasium, we'll be coming back through for a redevelopment agreement with the Budget and Finance and for also a city grant to help with the demolition and creation of that community grocery store. Just a little bit of information about Zimmerman Properties. We've developed over 100 communities similar to this one, maybe not in the size and scale, but those 100 properties represent over 8,000 units. And then our affiliated property management company, Will Hoyt Properties, manages in excess of 14,000 units, and we're active in 14 states and mostly in the Midwest, the southeastern area of the nation.
Thank you, Mr. Bullard. Yes, Mr. Hoyt.
Yes, Mr. Bullard, if you could explain to me on the construct of the single-family home, since that's going to be a part of this development.
Well, there are no single-family homes, but what we are proposing are stacked flats and carriage houses on the western side of the development along between Avenue J and Avenue K and between 22nd and 25th Street. And those will be in similar size and scale and stylings to the existing single-family homes in the neighborhood. But again, you'll have a unit on the bottom and a unit on the top. And then there will be an alleyway that divides the western portion of our site. And that alleyway will have tunk under parking beneath carriage style homes. So that'll be the main construct of the western side of the development. And that'll also help scale up the development as you moved east more towards Tuxedo Park, where we will have our more traditional 3-story apartment buildings. The apartment building that will be adjacent to Tuxedo Park, it will be a 3-story apartment building, but also have tuck under parking between the two buildings. And then in the central of the site is where you'll have our on-site community center, which will house our early learning center for the after-school program overseen by Star C, a nonprofit wraparound service provider. And then you'll also have a more traditional 3-story apartment community. And then kind of in the very southeastern corner of the property is where you'll have a bulk of our parking in a 3-story parking deck that we will shield with landscaping from the single family homes to the east that currently exist there. And then between the parking structure and the gymnasium, we'll provide surface level parking for visitors of the fresh food grocery store.
Okay, I'm still not impressed with the double stacking. I thought it was going to be single family detached, and that concept I don't know is a good fit for that community, but we'll have to see. Yeah, I can be proven wrong.
Madam President.
Mr. Woods.
All right, thank you. I guess we're looking at, I think, 244 on the apartment side. On this site, how many of the other style, I think you said stacked flats and carriage style homes can fit on this site? How many do y'all anticipate?
Those with the stacked flats and carriage houses will make up approximately 78 units. And I'm trying to pull up the presentation so I can pull up that site plan if I'll be allowed to share my screen.
Kim.
Thank you, Ms. Garner. Kim, can you allow him to share his screen, please?
And then I also had another question that
He
may
now
be
has this
more city directed, but is this going to be the extent of the ask from the city associated with this project?
Yes, sir. That is all we're planning to ask for at this time. We see the majority of our ask is going to be coming from Alabama Housing Finance.
All right. Thank you. And thank you for requesting that we pull this up, Mr. Woods. Mr. Bullitt, do you want to walk us through this and you can give more of a visual now of what this site will actually look like?
Yes, ma'am. So I'll go to the aerial map just to kind of talk about the locations that we all know. This area here is where we're talking about having the stacked flats and carriage houses in yellow. This orange is where we would have the 3-story apartment buildings. And this pink box is the grocery store concept, the redeveloped gymnasium. And I'll go back down to the site plan. And so as you can see, we're trying to lay this block A and block C out similar as the blocks between 22nd Avenue and 23rd and 23rd and 24th. And we're trying to mimic some of the natural evolution of building by having offset setbacks from the building so that it's not just linear, that it fits within the character of the community. And then also, as you can see right along in here, you have an alleyway that serves the back of the single family homes. So we're replicating that on this property as well too, creating this alleyway that comes in through the property. It will not have access through this park. It'll terminate here, but under each of these blocks, pairs of blocks would be your tuck under parking. And on top of it would be a unit itself. And these blocks here represent 2 units, so 2, one on the ground level and one on the top. So we're reconnecting we're extending 23rd into the site where it does not go right now. It terminates here on Avenue J, but then we're also going to reconnect Avenue K on the north side to Avenue K on the south side and make this a public through street. And so 23rd will terminate on the extended avenue, reconnected Avenue K, right in the community clubhouse and early learning center. So this is kind of the concept. This will be in similar scale as far as height. We'll do lower pitched roofs. The pitches on the houses here are a little bit higher, so we don't want to be towering over the homes and not fitting in with the scale. We want it to feel like it was part of the community always. And this kind of gives you a 3D look from 24th Street and Avenue J. One other perspective I can give you is here. So this is on Avenue J, looking at the extended 23rd Street. And at the end is this community clubhouse. So you have the 2-story buildings here, which gives you size and scale to modern, single family homes, but they will be for rent apartments. And then you go back into that single-story community clubhouse, leasing center, and early learning center. And then behind that is where you would have your 3-story development.
Madam Chair.
Yes, Mr. Hilliard.
Madam Chair, let me just say this. This has come through my committee, and I would like to say that I really appreciate the Zimmerman Group and what they've done. They've done their homework when it comes to community buy-in. They've met with the people in the community. They've met with the neighborhood president. They've met with all of the stakeholders in that area. They've shown this diagram. I've seen it numerous times, and I know that they've met with a lot of the council people individually. This is a great project. It will be very well received in District 9. And my constituents have bought into it. I would hope and do what we set out to do, get more rooftops in District 9, as well as the city of Birmingham. and grocery stores. And I think it would be an excellent concept. I believe that it will work. The community believes that it will work. The neighborhood president believes that it will work. So with that, I just want to lend my support and ask the council to pass this out of committee. And let's take care of business. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hilliard. And again, thank you, Mr. Bullock. I believe the presentation and the visual gives us a very good idea of how this project will look, what would it bring to the residents in that area. I'm excited to see the component of commercial as well as the grocery store and those type things that are the giving opportunities for groceries to be bought there. Any other comments or questions? And we can go ahead and move for the vote if not. And
Madam President,
Yeah.
I just had one little question, and that is the $54.6 million price tag on this. Does this include the entire development, or is this just the apartment portion of the development?
That's the entire development.
That's the entire development. And I did notice that the focus is on targeted family incomes of 16,000 to 45,000. So for a $16,000 a year earner, these homes will be really nice. So I'm impressed with that. If I made $16,000, I'd like to move into a new apartment. So thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Abbott. I'll go back to you, Councilor Hoyt, and let you just be sure we conclude that you have all of your questions answered.
Yeah. So talk to me about the stack housing and what's the distance between each house. I'm just trying to look at persons or homeowners, personal space and what that's going to look like.
Yes, it would probably be a little bit shorter distance between the buildings than the single family homes are on the opposite side of Avenue J. But it's all in compliance with the local building ordinances and regulations. So these will be considered independent buildings and meet the required building setbacks. I don't have the scale, and unfortunately our architect was not able to join us to answer that question. But I can get that answer for you and update you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. And again, we thank you, Mr. Bullard, and the team for providing these clarification and updates for us. We don't have any other questions or comments. We'll go ahead and call for the vote, please.
Councilmember Abbott.
Aye.
Councilmember Hilliard. Councilmember Hoyt.
Yes.
Councilmember O'Quinn.
Yes.
Councilmember Smitherman.
Aye.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Woods.
Aye.
Council President Parker. Council President Pro Tem Alexander.
Aye, that item passes. I believe.
Madam President.
Yes, sir.
We have a gentleman that's in the attendees section that would like to speak to an item that we passed on consent. It was actually item number 8, parcel number 80. Within the item number 8, if we could bring that item up after reconsidering the consent agenda again and removing that item so that the gentleman can speak to the public hearing aspect of that item.
Move to reconsider the consent.
Thank you. I believe we got that motion to reconsider.
All right, and that's absent item number 8. So all in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Council Member President Parker still out. Okay. The gentleman's name is Stephen Moore, and I think Ms. Garner is going to unmute him or something to get him into the panel.
Mr. Moore.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. If you'll state your name and address, and you just wanted to speak to a particular one of the parcels, including this item number 8.
Yes, ma'am. My name is Steve Moore. I'm new to the community of Birmingham. I purchased a house at 2117 48th Place in Amsterdam. I totally renovated the house, put up a fence, and happy to be there. But I received a bill for $459 this month, reference to something that happened in 2018. I'm not here to dispute it, but just trying to understand how this works, moving forward, because, it could have potentially impacted my decision to buy the house. So that was the reference in which I was speaking to.
Thank you. And for clarification for councilors, that was item number 80. That was number 80 under item 8, correct?
Actually, it's item number 8, parcel number 80. And what we did, Madam President, is we actually readopted number 8, but just withdrew item number 80 from item 8.
Okay, thank you.
And so it's actually not there anymore. So this item will be adopted, item 8, but that parcel is withdrawn. So PEP or assessments can talk to the gentleman on how we want to deal with it.
Thank you.
Madam President.
Thank you, yes.
I was going to ask Mr. Moore, when did you purchase the property?
I purchased the property, the specific date around September of 2020.
Okay, so and then Councilor Quinn may want to tap this, but is this one of these where the lien didn't show up probably in the title search?
No, sir.
And
it didn't.
Okay, so yeah, somebody from administration may need to talk to you, but
Council, we'll make sure that PEP will reach out to Mr. Moore to investigate this further, and if anything changes, this item will come back before the council if something comes out of the investigation.
So,
so we need to delay this.
No, it's when y'all took it out of the actual item that put it back in the administration's hand.
Right, so we're not considering it anymore, Mr. Woods. Now we pulled it from consideration so that the resident can talk with PEP, and now we're just voting on the other 2 parcels that are included in this item.
That is correct.
Okay.
All right.
So can I get a motion on item 8, absent item 80, parcel 80?
So move.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved properly second. I don't think we have any discussion at this time, so we'll call for the vote.
All right, Councilmember Abbott.
Aye.
Councilmember Hilliard.
Aye.
Councilmember Hoyt.
Yes.
Councilmember O'Quinn.
Yes.
Councilmember Smitherman.
Aye.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Woods.
Aye.
Council President Parker. Council President Pro Tem Alexander.
Aye. Thank you. That item passes, and we do thank Resident Moore for bringing that to the attention. And if we follow through with discussing with the appropriate city services, that's PEP. Thank you very much. Next item, Mr. Clerk.
Okay. I think we're going to the public hearing, setting the public hearing items. Would you like me to just run through all of them or take them one at a time, madam?
If you would go ahead and, if it's pleasure of the council, we could read all of them and we can take those in one vote because there's no action other than to set the public hearings. Go ahead, Mr. Clerk.
Okay, thank you. Item 38, a resolution setting a public hearing April the 13th, 2021 to consider the adoption of an ordinance to amend the zoning district map of the city of Birmingham, case number ZAC 2020-32, to change zone district boundaries from R7 multiple dwelling district to QMUD qualified mixed use downtown district in order to construct a new mixed use development that includes multifamily hotel, office, retail, office, parking, garage, and open spaces filed by Brian Wolf, representing the owner, Housing Authority, Birmingham District, for the property located 2523 Southtown Court. It's situated in southwest quarter of Section 31, Township 17 South, Range 2 West, Birmingham. The hearing will be held virtually via Cisco WebEx. To participate in this meeting, you will need to follow the link provided below or use the call-in information provided. This link will also be available for public participation. Even if the council meets in the council chambers, if you would like to attend via your computer, follow the link listed below. And if you would like to attend via phone, dial 1-415-655-00002 and then enter 146-886-5618. ##. If you have joined by computer and wish to speak to the item, please use the raise hand button in the WebEx application. If you have joined by phone, you will be given the opportunity to speak after recognition of the speakers using the online platform. If you have joined the meeting by telephone and would like to request to speak, dial *3 when prompted during the hearing. Please be patient. Speakers will be given the usual 3-minute limit for the comments. If you have any questions about participation in one of these hearings, you may contact the Council's Public Information Office by emailing kimberly.garner@birminghamal.gov, and I'll go ahead and read 39, both synopses, and then I'll read the tagline. Item 39, the resolution setting a public hearing April 13, 2021, to consider the adoption of an ordinance to amend the zoning district map of the city of Birmingham, case number ZAC 2020-33, to change zone district boundaries from B1 Neighborhood Business District to QUMD Qualified Mixed Use District in order to construct a new mixed-use development that includes hotel, office, retail, medical office, and parking garage, filed by Stephen Hendiger, representing the owner of Bell South Telecommunications, LLC, for the property located at 911 23rd Street South and situated in the northwest quarter of Section 6, Township 18 South, Range 2 West, Birmingham. And item 40, a resolution setting a public hearing April the 13th, 2021, to consider the adoption of an ordinance to amend the zoning district map of the city of Birmingham, case number ZAC 2020-35, to change zone district boundaries from M1 Light Industrial District to MU Mixed Use District in order to allow for an office, retail, and restaurants uses, filed by Jamie Watkins, representing the owner, HCP TDG Avenue A LLC, for property located at 2300 23rd Street, 1st Avenue South, and situated in northeast quarter of Section 36, Township 17 South, Range 3 West, Birmingham. And for both items 39 and 40, the hearing will be held virtually via Cisco WebEx. To participate in the meeting, you will need to follow the link provided below. Use the call-in information provided. This link will also be available for the public participation, even if the council meets in the council chambers. If you would like to attend via your computer, follow the link provided here. If you would like to attend via phone, dial 1-415-655-0002 and then enter 146-886-5618 #. If you have joined by computer and wish to speak to the item, please use the raise hand button on the WebEx application. If you have joined by phone, you will be given the opportunity to speak after recognition of the speakers using the online platform. If you have joined the meeting by telephone and would like to request to speak, dial *3 when prompted during the hearing. Please be patient. Speakers will be given the usual 3-minute limit for comments. If you have any questions about participation in one of these hearings, you may contact the council's public information office by emailing kimberly.garner@birminghamal.gov. 39, 40.
That was 39 and 40, correct?
Yes, ma'am. And I should have also did.
We got 41 if you like. Do you need to take a break?
Let me
do
go ahead.
41.
Let me go ahead and do 41. I should have included.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Item 41, a resolution setting a public hearing April the 13th, 2021, to consider the adoption of the ordinance to amend the zoning district map of the city of Birmingham, case number ZAC 2021-6, to change zone district boundaries from B1 Neighborhood Business District to QMUD Qualified Mixed Use District in order to construct a new mixed-use development that includes multifamily hotel, office, retail, medical office, and parking garage, filed by Stephen Hendiger, representing the owner, Ken Webster, for property located at 959 23rd Street South and situated in the northwest quarter of Section 6, Township 18 South, Range 2 West, Birmingham. Same situation. The hearing will be held virtually via Cisco WebEx. To participate in this meeting, you will need to follow the link provided below or use the call-in information provided. This link will also be available for public participation, even if the council meets in the council chambers. If you would like to attend via your computer, follow the link provided. If you would like to attend via phone, dial 1-415-655-0002 and then enter 146-886-5618 #. If you have joined by computer and wish to speak to the item, please use the raise hand button in the WebEx application. If you are joined by phone, you will be given the opportunity to speak after recognition of the speakers using the online platform. If you have joined the meeting by telephone and would like to request to speak, dial *3 when prompted during the meeting. Please be patient. Speakers will be given the usual 3-minute for comments. If you have any questions about participation in one of these hearings, you may contact the council's public information office by emailing kimberly.garner@birminghamal.gov.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. We've read items 39, 40, and 41. Can we entertain a motion for those items, please?
I move approval.
Okay. 1 second here. Let me delete 42. So I think I heard Council Member Abbott and
Hilliard.
Hilliard.
All right.
All right, any
All right.
questions about those items? They were just for public hearings.
Okay.
If not, Mr. Clerk will call the roll.
Councilmember Abbott.
Aye.
Councilmember Hilliard.
Aye.
Councilmember Hoyt. Councilmember Hoyt.
Yes.
Okay. Councilmember O'Quinn.
Yes.
Councilmember Smitherman.
Aye.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Woods.
Aye.
Council President Parker. Council President Pro Tem Alexander.
Aye, those items passed and those hearings have been set. And I believe 42 was already approved as part of the consent agenda. Is that correct, Mr. Clerk?
Yes, ma'am. That's correct.
All right, thank you all. Well, thanks everyone for attending. We'll entertain any announcements of committee meetings at this time.
Madam Pro Tem.
Yes, sir.
Public safety will be happening today at 3:30 in the council chambers. It is an in-person meeting. I know that a lot of people expressed concern about them not being able to get liquor licenses because they might be a business owner that didn't have access to computer or whatever their particular situation might be. So we want to be equitable to everybody. And so we will actually be having an in-person public safety meeting today, 3:30 in the council chambers. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And we appreciate you entertaining the wishes and making those accommodations for all of our citizens. So thank you, Mr. Williams. Any other committee meetings, announcements?
Madam President.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, the next virtual budget and finance meeting will be held on March 22nd, 2021 at 3:30 p.m. The submissions are due on Wednesday, which is tomorrow, March 17th, 2021 by 12 p.m., which is the same as noon. So I hope that everyone can get their items in and have everything correct. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. So we have those announcements regarding the public safety and the upcoming budget and finance. I just want to let everyone know, in lieu of having a utilities committee, we will be having a town hall this evening at 6 o'clock. That is open to the public. It will be on Facebook Live, and we'll have discussion about utilities and rent assistance that's being provided. We'll have a representative from JCCEO as well as Mr. Chris Hatcher from the city. And so anyone want information, you can tune in for that. Can I have any other announcements? Yes.
Yes, this is Councilor Hilliard. We'll be having our.
You go ahead.
Yes, we'll be having our virtual town hall meeting this evening at 7:30. Our guest speaker will be Congresswoman Terry Sewell to bring us up to date on all of the new stuff coming out of Washington, D.C. We would love to have everyone join us. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing you all soon.
Thank you. Appreciate that update as well.
President Pro Tem Alexander, I have something.
Yes, Ms. Smitherman.
Yeah, so we're having a virtual sit down with Smitherman with the accountants from United Way and accountant Gardner, and we'll be talking about filing your taxes next month. And that'll be from 6 to 7.
Thank you very much. Any other announcements?
Madam President?
Yes, go ahead. Yes, Ms. Hoyt, go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to really put it on the mind of the council that if we're going to be a progressive city, I understand affordable housing, and there's a need for affordable housing. But if we're going to retain these professional folk, we have to be building market rate housing and maybe at the same rate as affordable housing. That's really how we really win because we got to have folk who, so we can retain, their salaries and that money stays in the city of Birmingham. And that anytime a person wants to go into a community, they got to go to Shelby County to find a decent house, a $300,000 house, or $250,000, $100,000 home. And so we really need to really be laser focused on market rate housing for the city of Birmingham. I think that's economic development at its best. And so I just want to suggest that to this council and to this administration that that's the mode we need to be in. And I'm just not for when we got large properties like the Inslee site that we are not committed to building single family detached home that provides, yard space and whatever. When you got that many people on top of each other, that it's bound to be some issues, social issues. And then when you have limited parking, that creates another issue. So I just want to see us do better when it comes to housing. And having been a housing professional and a professional planner, if that's really not the best concept that we could have had for that amount of property and and the acreage that we have to develop. That's no slighting to the patron counselor. That's just what I understand about housing. And having been in housing for more than 35 years, I just believe that's what we need to be doing in addition to affordable housing. And I also want to say this, are we paying attention to the folk down in the legislature, because they are passing stuff and presenting bills that really further impedes the city of Birmingham. And I don't know, and we got folks who are going down every week. Can we get a report from them as to what they're doing down there? Because it doesn't make any sense that they're going down there and we don't get any information back with respect to what these legislators are proposing. And it's just, the public needs to be informed. And I don't think we pay that close attention to our state legislators. And I'm really upset that they're taking 2 judges seats from Jefferson County. Now, I work in the court system, the penal system, as a court advocate, and I can tell you that the business dockets in the state of Alabama is right here in Jefferson County, and so those judges are needed. Matter of fact, there's a backlog of persons being being before the judges and what have you, and it doesn't make sense. And then in these other small towns, you might see a judge once a month. But, we are busy here every day of the week. And so I just want us to pay attention to these legislators that's supposed to be representing this community, the city of Birmingham.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Hoyt. And we will take your comments. I'll be sure that Mr. President is aware of the comments you have concerning our updates on legislative agendas, and we can see what action can be taken. I do just want to remind all councilors that because of the nature of our virtual meetings, we do have to keep our comments and our questions related to the essential business. Of course, the legislature is essential to us, but let's all just be mindful of that. But Mr. Hoyt, I will turn those comments and give those to Council President Parker, and as it may relate to our Government Affairs Committee or any reports that may be forthcoming. At this time, if we could entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Third.
It'd be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed.
Aye.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of the day and a good week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Nay.